everyone, and welcome to this very random one-off podcast I'm doing. I'm Avaan Ajit Menon, and with me I have an old schoolmate of mine, Shiva. So today, what we're going to do is, as you all of you know, that the IPL retentions are out. It's something all of us have been waiting for because we have the mega auctions coming up, and a team can only acquire 6 players, right? Either through our teams or retentions. And a few days ago, the retentions have been out, and yes, there was some shocking names, some expected ones, but some which all of us have questions. So I think here today we'll just have a free-flowing discussion on what we think about the retentions. And of course, one more thing is we don't know what's happening inside. So we don't know if a player is, if a player wanted to go out, if they're kicked out, or if they wanted a higher salary. We don't know the inside story. So we are going to look at it from the outside. We're going to look at is how the team, how does the team look like without that particular player. So we don't know what's happening inside. So let's just not think too much about that. So firstly, Shiva, hi, welcome.
Hi, thank
bro.
you. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. So I think we'll start off with the defending champions,
Yep.
Kolkata Knight Riders. They've had a terrific season. I mean, it's not just a random luck. They were up there throughout. They dominated, and the Kolkata Knight Riders have retained Rinku Singh for 13 crores, Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell for 12 crores, and the two uncapped players Harshit Rana and surprisingly Ramandeep Singh for 4 crores. So they have filled their 6 spots, so they can't use an RTM now. So this means the first most controversial decision that Shreyas Iyer has not been retained, has been released. The IPL winning captain who's won you a trophy a couple of months ago has been released. So what do you think about this? Like obviously Iyer has, all of us know, he's not been pretty good with the bat in the IPL, and even his international scores have been on and off. Like he's been hot and cold. And of course he's been very injury prone, so you get it, but he's won you an IPL, he's won you a trophy.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about this decision?
I think this is one of those paradox situations where if he was retained, you may have been surprised. If he wasn't retained also, you may have been surprised, because you can have arguments for both. I won't say it's the worst decision. Obviously, it's better to reward someone who's got you the title and be loyal to them. But at the same time, since it's a mega auction, my question is, is there anything going on behind the scenes? Because is there a situation where, again, I'm guessing here, I'm not saying this is what happened, but is there a situation where they told Shreyas Iyer, you may not be the captain, we'll retain you. And then Shreyas is like, no, I won you the title, I want to be the captain. And then they said, okay, you can go to the auction. Because right now in the auction, you have people like Kane Williamson available, you have Butler available, you have players who have proven captains available. And because, as you said, Shreyas Iyer hasn't been consistent in his batting in the IPL and international cricket over the past few years, if you make him a captain, you're going to say sure shot he's going to play every single game. Maybe KKR don't want that.
But so do you think now he's won you a title, so do you think a new captain, or even the coach has changed, even it's not Gautam Gambhir anymore, do you think a new captain will suddenly change the momentum? I mean, it's a good thing that they managed to get their core back with Narayan, with veterans like Narayan and Russell, they retain them. But with the change of captain, do you think suddenly there will be a change in the momentum?
I don't think so, no. Like, I think Iyer is an extraordinary player, and he's someone who seeks responsibility out. He proactively seeks responsibility out, whether he's a captain or not. Even for India, we saw that. He likes responsibility. So like I said, it is one that's hard to judge, because if they retained him, again, perfect choice. But if they didn't also, I won't blame them, because even though a captain is crucial, players like Varun Chakravarti, players like Sunil Narayan and Russell are way more integral to your team. Like, if you have a good captain, the good captain could squeeze every ounce of talent from them. Shreyas Iyer is not the only one who can do that.
Now you have Sunil Narayan, you have an opener sorted, explosive opener. You have Rinku Singh. So I think Rinku Singh is one of now. I think they should slightly start looking at him more than just a finisher. He can even come in at number 4. He can play that anchor role. So he's a very dependable player. So you have him. He can come either at the top or the low order. Now you have a very set middle order with Andre Russell, Ramandeep Singh. You have Harshit Rana, who's taken care of the power play, and Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan, this 8 overs of spin, and they can really, and I feel like Eden Gardens is a very batting track, right? It's a very batsman-friendly game. You need someone like Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narine to slow the innings. You need them to put pressure on the batting team. And you have Andre Russell, who is a death over specialist. So it's a very balanced side. What do you think? Do you think it's a good retention?
I do think that's what I'm saying. Despite Shreyas Iyer not being there, they've done a really good job.
Of course, yeah.
It's very balanced, like you said. And Rana, he may seem brash at times, but he's doing a really good job. He has so much potential. Same for Amandeep Singh. He can hit runs in no time. Like if he's in the flow, like runs are gonna accumulate like that. And yeah, like you said, the core of Narain, Rinku Singh, Chakravarti, and Russell, like you can't ask for a better core than that. So I think KKR have done a really good job, and they are set to defend their title. That's what I feel.
Even without Iyer, you think they are set to?
Yeah. I absolutely do. Because they have most of the bases covered.
So now, before we go on to the next team, I'll do this. I'll just ask you two quick questions.
Okay.
Three questions actually. One is, if there's an RTM left, who do you think they will use an RTM for? Second question is, player that they can get back from the release set in the auction. And the third question is, new player which have not played for the team, who do you think they can go for? So these three questions are asked. So let's start with, okay, now KKR don't have any RTMs left.
Yeah.
So player to get back from the release lot. So the players out of which they've released, who do you think KKR should look to get back?
I'd say three players. Either Iyer, who we've discussed so much now, or Stark, or Phil Salt. Phil Salt is super underrated.
Phil Salt, definitely, bro.
And if you look, who's you look to target? I think I mentioned the names. I think Williamson, Butler, Faf, Duplessis. I think they need someone who can anchor the top order and also be an experienced player with a good shoulder who
and
can lead
a captain.
the team. Who
and
can
a
lead
captain.
the team. Yeah.
Now moving on, let's go to the runners-up of 2024, the Sunrisers Hyderabad. We have the captain, Pat Cummins, for 18 crores. We have Abhishek Sharma for 14 crores. We have Nitish Kumar Reddy for 6 crores. And Henrik Klassen, who is the most expensive player right now in the retention list, of 23 crores. And Travis Head for 14 crores. A very expected retention. Except that, we're surprised with Natarajan not being there in the list, because he's every single time he's performed for Sunrisers Hyderabad. But very expected. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same. I think Natarajan needed to be there, but I think they had this logistics problem because they could only spend 75 crores and Natarajan would probably demanded more. So I think the one RTM spot has to go to Natarajan. I mean, he's an integral part of Sunrisers Hyderabad. But other than that, I think the retention is really good. Like you said, openers are crucial. You look at all good IPL winning teams. Actually, T20 in general, successful teams, the hallmark is a good opening partnership. Those that have a higher average for opening partnership and better strike rate, they always tend to do well. So I think they've done a fantastic job by retaining their openers, and then captain Pat Cummins, unbelievable player as a captain and as a fast bowler. So I think they've done a really good job. And Klassen has been the best T20 batsman in the last 2-3 years, in my opinion. I was surprised that even last year he didn't go for, was he retained or was he so bought?
I think he was there. The team was retained.
He was retained. But yeah, he's an amazing player. So 23 crores, people may raise their eyebrows, but I think he's worth it. Trust me, you can't get someone who can anchor the innings from 2 down and still whack the shit out of the ball at the end. So he's an amazing batsman.
It is a very batting heavy retention, right? You have Pat Cummins, of course, he's more of a bowling all-rounder, fine. And even Nitish Kumar Reddy can give you he's a part-time bowler as well. Now he's bowling more often, but essentially most of them are very batting heavy. It's a very batting heavy core right now. So do you think that is a concern? Let's say they go for Natarajan, even though they go for Natarajan in the RTM, but do you think they have to build the entire bowling lineup from scratch? Because they are playing in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a complete flat track.
Yeah.
So I think, do you think there is their strategy of let's just go all out and batting, or do you think they also should look at good bowlers, because they need?
Yeah.
I was really surprised that they let go of Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
It is a risk, especially in the auctions, because now every team out there knows that Sunrisers are going to go for bowlers. So if you see Sunrisers bid for a bowler, if I am in the table for a rival team, even if I don't want the player, I'm just going to raise it and say I'm going to bid because I can flare up the price a lot. I do think they are doing what you said, which is I'm going to outscore you every game. But that being said, they still need a bowling attack to defend the total no matter how much you score.
Exactly.
And yeah, they really need to go for good bowlers. And it's going to be interesting to see how that auction plays out. Because right now the retention is amazing, but if they tank the auctions, the entire team is tanked. So it's definitely a risk.
Yeah. So you think the R team is definitely going to be for Natarajan?
Yeah, or Bhuvi. But like definitely for a bowler. I think Natarajan is the best call because you need a death bowler, and death bowlers are a rare commodity. They're so scarce. Only like a sliver of players can say I'm an amazing death bowler, and Natarajan is one of them. So
Yeah. Everyone knows that SRH is a very overseas dependent team. You have your captain is Pat Cummins. Your two best batsmen are Travis Head and Clarkson. Is that a concern? Because you never know when a team can back out. Especially we've seen with the history of England players and Australian players that they really back out the last minute due to other commitments or injury or some people they just say I don't feel like playing, so I'm just getting on. So do you think they are too dependent on the foreigners?
oh, they absolutely are. I think they should be smart, and if they're going to go for foreigners who can serve as good backups, they need to go for foreigners from other nations because they already have two Australians, and these two Australians are the core of the Australian team. So both of them go. Sunrisers are screwed over, so they should go for players from other nations and have like smart backups.
Right now, so the RTM thing we've already spoken about. Even I believe that Natarajan is one player that they will pick up. So now next one player to get back from the release lot. Who do you think, apart from the RTM, which player which they have released, they think they should go for the auction?
Yeah, I definitely feel Bhuvaneshwar Kumar if they can.
But let's also consider that they don't have much purse left.
Yeah.
Right. So these players, the big players, they're going to go for a lot. There's going to be a bidding war. So consider what is feasible for them and what they should surely target.
I'd say one couple of underrated players are Rahul Tripathi. He's actually been IPL proven for so many years now.
Yes. I was surprised how KKR just didn't. They were grooming him well and then just like.
Yeah. I remember when Pune went to the finals, he was integral as well. When it was
yes.
Rising Pune Super Giants. So yeah, I think Tripathi is someone they should target. Under the radar player, he'll be a really smart buy. I would also say someone like a Mayank Markande is a good option as well, or even Aiden Markram, because these are players who will probably go for like cheap prices, and then they can be a core component. I mean, I think Markande was already a core component of this team. So.
Yeah. Also, a player which showed a lot of promise, and then SRH is decided to completely forget him is Umran Malik.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel so because I understand his line and length are all over the place, but if someone can get you 150 very consistently, I feel like SRH really failed in just recognizing that and grooming that.
He absolutely has a future. I think if they had more retentions, they would have retained him. But yeah, because you only have a limited amount of slots, you can't retain him.
Like leave now. I mean, just
no,
even
he
last
has
year.
a future. If someone's bowling 150, that is express pace. So if that's the thing. So people who are going to bowl extra fast or like really quick, they only need 60% accuracy. If someone is bowling 135 needs 80-90% accuracy, these people need 60% accuracy. They're going to get the stumps flying because it's not easy to react at such a speed. But right now he's like probably at like 30 or something. He needs to improve.
But especially in conditions like Hyderabad.
That's the issue because the biggest disadvantage with pace is also the pace. It's a double-edged sword.
Of course.
Because you just touch the ball, it'll go flying. I remember I played 140 only one time in my life. I couldn't even see the ball. But like
140.
I couldn't even see the ball, trust me. But like if it hits the bat, like it goes flying, the ball. So it can go really quick when it hits the bat. So if he's going to be inconsistent in a batting track, that is going to be an issue.
That's true.
I think in any other team, he'll be groomed really well. And he definitely has a future. He should just try bowling fast. Like people lose their pace. I was a pace bowler. People lose their pace when they try to look for accuracy compromising on pace. You should always keep that pace and work on your accuracy with it. It should be side by side. It can't be one over the other.
True. Okay, moving on to the team which qualified but failed to make it to the finals, Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like post 2002, there's it's a complete different shift we've seen with Rajasthan Royals. They changed their jersey, they changed everything, they changed their attitude. They got in Sangakkara, they got in. I think now Rahul Dravid's back as well.
The entire retention list is beyond me. Like no amount of logic I can apply could save this. You're talking about Rajasthan changing a lot. One thing they haven't changed since 2008 is that they focus a lot on youth players and youth development. Okay, then you get youth players for cheap prices and then develop them 14 crores for Rayon Parag and Dhruv Jurel. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that is... I just can't understand it. Like you should have Butler there, you should have Bolt or Chahal in there, one of them.
I know. I mean, firstly, can't blame them because they have embarrassment of riches. They have their bench strength also. Always, right from 2022, they had great players. But I mean, I was like, let's just repeat. Just to go over the pain again. Let's just repeat the players have retained. Sanju Samson for 18 crores, Jaiswal also for 18 crores, Riyan Parag and Dhruv Jurel for 14 crores.
I can't, man.
And Shimron Hetmaya for 11 crores and a very well deserved Sandeep Sharma for 4 crores. We'll come to that. But what do you think? One thing how I look at is, okay, let's leave, let's not point decoding of what happened to Josh Butler. Let's say he probably wanted a higher salary, or that's all the behind the scenes. But now to tackle this issue, do you think Sanju Samson is going to open with Yashasvi Jaiswal?
I think Sanju Samson is at his best when he's an opener. He's really good in the power play, and then once he gets past the 6 overs, he's a really good player of spin. Trust me, one aspect in which he's way better than Butler and many other international cricketers, in my opinion, is hitting spinners for a 6, staying at the crease. But that is actually a very underrated skill, because most people get down the track and they whack or they slog sweep. But just standing in the crease and hitting spinners for 6 all over the ground, it makes it very difficult for spinners. It's really hard to get your length side because he can hit you anywhere. So he has to open. That's his best position.
Right. One player that what RR will really miss, I mean, let's leave aside Butler for now, but one person they're going to really miss is Trent Bolt. Because Trent Bolt, if you see, look at the number of matches he's got a wicket in the first over. And that's a very crucial, because as I was talking about the opening thing, right, the moment you get a wicket in the first over, or at least the first 2-3 overs, you're putting pressure on the batsman. Like, they're not coming with a very, they're coming with that slight tension, that slight pressure. You're calculating. So that's already like a 20% win, right? So I really feel that, that was a very, very unique quality for Trent Bolt.
Yeah.
He kept getting, even they had the same quality for Jofra Archer a couple of years ago. He always got a wicket in the first over. So that's going to be a very tough shoes to fill for Trent Bolt.
Absolutely. Huge miss.
I thought, okay, fine. Like, they did get bowlers like Nantry Berger. So I think Nantry Berger also did a very decent job for RR last year. But I think they have not kind of gone with apart from Sandeep Sharma, their bowling, they've just, again, as a very batting heavy retention.
Yeah, I think Bolt is the best at what he does in the power play. And again, we have seen how much IPL teams value new ball bowlers who can take wickets. I mean, Deepak Chah went for 14 crores because of that. And I think that year of the auctions, many opening bowlers went. I think that was the last mega auction, right? Many opening bowlers went for lots of money. So yeah.
Player to get back from the release slot, that's going to be a very difficult choice. If you have to name one player that RR should get back from the release slot, considering their purse money, who do you think they can go for?
I'm going to go for a cheap player, so I'm not going to say the big names. I'm going to go for Adam Zampa.
Nice. And a new player to look for?
Again, this is a team that needs bowlers. They have their opener set. They have a finisher. They have the middle order batsman. So I think they need to go for bowlers. So someone like a Stark or a Rabada, or even Joshua Little, Joshua Little may not go for a lot of money. He's a really good fast bowler. I think Stark and Rabada out of the equation. They should go for cheap bowlers, but who can give really good value for money.
No, I think they have to fill Ashwin and Chahal's shoes. I had actually thought of Sai Kishore. Someone they can get for a very, very low price, even the base price, but he can give you that impact. And of course, Sanju will know the way he plays. They might have played together.
Actually, thanks for reminding. There's this player called Manimarthan Siddharth. He got out Virat Kohli also last time. He is really good in the new ball. He's a really good spinner. I've seen him bowl many times. He can also
LSG,
bowl,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So moving on to our next team, the Royal Challengers Bangalore RCB. Again, surprising. Okay, let's just look at the retentions first. So, the very obvious Virat Kohli 21 crores, Rajat Patidar at 11 crores, and Yash Dayal at 5 crores. No Mohammad Siraj.
Yeah.
This is because even though they can get him back at the RTM, but I'm always as I've told you that the new rules of RTM, isn't it too risky to just depend on a player like Siraj for RTM?
True, it absolutely is risky. And we again spoke about new ball bowlers. He's one of those people who can get wickets in the new ball. He can swing the ball, bananas, if he has his day. and he can seam the ball really well as well. He's one of those rare bowlers who can swing and seam the ball. So yeah, it's definitely not a good call. I don't know why they didn't retain him. And Yash Dal, I'm so happy for him after that embarrassment he faced. But like, I'm so happy for him. It shows the mental fortitude. He's come back hard, and I think it's a well-deserved retention. Like against CSK, when they broke our hearts last season, he bowled really well at the death. I think it's a well-deserved retention. Patida is maybe a little pricey, but I still understand why they retained him. An Indian batsman who can anchor and play the big shots.
Yeah. I think if at all there was a reason for RCB's surge in the last leg of this year's IPL, I think Rajat Patidar played a very crucial role.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the 3 players are good, but I think they definitely should have added a couple of players. Definitely Siraj is there, and Faf. You know what? Because I'm a CSK player, like please don't use RTM for Faf. Like, give Faf to us. It hurt me so much to see Faf donning an RCB kit. Oh my god, as a captain as well. And also, I've heard that Virat Kohli is going to be a captain again. A lot of
rumors say that Virat Kohli is going to be a captain. Yeah. And Dinesh Karthik is the mentor of RCB.
Yeah, the mentor and batting coach. So you know what? Maybe Virat Kohli can lead this RCB to a new era. Definitely not the title, but like, you know, some success.
We'll cut this. Don't worry, we'll cut this. Who do you think they will RTM?
The 3 RTMs, I think it has to be Faf, Siraj, and I may go Will Jacks, but I also may go Akash Deep. But if he comes cheap, they don't need to use it for him. But Akash Deep is someone who's been groomed by RCB. I remember Faf, when he became a captain, he became a fan of Akash Deep when he didn't play much of IPL, and they've groomed him, and he's doing well. I think he took some wickets today as well.
Yeah, he's playing as we speak.
Yes, so he's doing well this afternoon. So I think Akash Deep can also be a potential candidate, but I think Will Jacks, Duplessis and Siraj is a good option.
Duplessis, confirm.
I don't want, but like objectively, like I want CSK to go for him.
Okay, what about a player they think they can target, a new player who have not played for RCB?
You know what? They have money, Butler. They don't have a keeper, Butler. And Butler, Virat, oh my god, that's a scary proposition to play.
Will they win the cup?
Even if I feel objectively they should win the cup, I'll still say nah.
Wow. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to another team, Delhi Capitals. Right? Again, another big decision that Rishabh Pant has been released. A player, I think he's been from Delhi from 2016.
Yeah.
So someone that's been released, it's a very big thing, and we also kind of guessed it because he put out a tweet couple of weeks ago saying that if I'm in the auction, which team will buy me and for how much. So we thought it was just like a random thing, but a lot of rumors. The rumors were true. So the retained players here, they've retained 4 players. We have Akshar Patel at 16.5 crores, Kuldeep Yadav at 13.25 crores, Tristan Stubbs at 10 crores, and Abhishek Paul at 4 crores. So what do you think about this?
I think they've done a good job with these 4 players. I just felt they had to have added Pant and Fraser McGurk. I think if they added that, it would have been extremely balanced. I don't know why they let them go. Politics, something, I don't know. Because from Pant's tweet, which is pretty cryptic, easily we can make out that relationships have broken down. Yeah. So we have no idea what's going on there. But I don't think the same would have happened with McGurk. I do not know why they didn't retain him. They retained him for a cheap price as well.
I hope they get him in the RTM. They have 2 RTMs left.
Yeah.
No, for RR you spoke about, they've always been a very a youth-friendly thing promoting. I think even Delhi Capitals, you can say that, right? They've also been a very youth-friendly thing. And do you think? I mean, you have, if you see the release players, like you have Yash Dul, you have players like Lalit Yadav, and these guys have actually. Yash Dul has not been given that many chances, but Lalit Yadav, he's been a very decent.
Yeah.
He's an all-rounder, so he's been a very decent thing. I think Ricky Bowie, I think he's doing a very good job in his Ranji Trophy as well. So he's also a part of the thing, and they've looked at also Ranji. I think they follow the domestic circuit well. They've taken Yash Dul was a captain for under-19. They've looked at that. They've taken him. So do you think they should now? I mean, Delhi Capitals is always considered a young team. With Rishabh Pant moving on, Do you think they should look at a completely new generation right now from the under 19 squad? Do you think they can just randomly, spend slightly a good amount of money for players like Yash Dul or right in India there's this player called Manav Sutar who's playing really well right now. So these kind of players, it's like a complete. They've not played IPL. They've not been in the. They're not capped as well. Do you think they should be looking at this generation of players?
Yeah, they definitely should and start grooming them. Like give one or two people constant chances, groom the others. They definitely should. I think the youth development plan always gives success. I mean, many players came through the ranks due to that in CSK, Mumbai, all successful teams.
Even a player like Mukesh Kumar, I mean, he was for a long time with the Delhi Capitals, and now he's in the Test team. He's doing really well in with the Indian team as well. So like that, I mean, it can also give the players a good, take the pressure off, give them that good chance to get into the Indian team as well. So what do you think? Like, is as you said that they have that grooming plan as well. So, which, if you have to look at one player that they really have to, who's not probably done well, who's not had a good record, or who's not in good form as well, but a very young player who you really want a team like Delhi Capitals to really groom and see succeed.
I would say Manimaran Siddharth.
Manimaran Siddharth.
Trust me, like most people don't know about him. He's really good. He's Jadeja mold. He's a fast left arm spinner, so he's not like Sai Kishore. He's fast. He's going to be rapid. He's going to be at the stumps. And one advantage with him is he's a really good new ball bowler as well, and his arm ball can actually swing back inside.
Wow.
So Manimaran Siddharth, I feel, is a really good shout. He's someone who's not that proven, not played a lot, but he can be groomed and he can be a fantastic player. And new ball spinners are a rare commodity, but if used right, they can be very successful, as we've seen in the past. So I think they should do that. And Mukesh Kumar, I'm so glad you mentioned him. I was about to mention him as well. Super underrated. And I think he's a potential RTM shout. I really do. Him and Megok, I think they'll be my picks. Yeah.
And any new player, like, okay, you said Manimaran Siddharth, any player of the release lot?
You know what? I would say Ishant Sharma.
Of course.
Yes. He can mentor the young fast bowlers really well, and he can easily come in and play a couple of matches and do very well. He's still underrated.
Speaking of mentor, right? We all know that Ricky Ponting is now no longer with Delhi Capitals right now. And you don't have Ricky Ponting and Rishabh Pant. How much critical is that now for Delhi?
I'm not sure. I think Rishabh Pant as a captain is not integral. Him as a keeper and an explosive batsman is. And Ricky Ponting as a coach, we have only seen him with Delhi. I've not really seen him as a coach in other areas to know truly.
No, I mean, we've seen that. I mean, I think he joined 2019 or 2020, and right when he came, we've seen that sudden spike in Delhi's performance as well.
I think it can be replaced. I don't think it'll leave a huge void. It will, but I don't think it'll leave a huge void, especially if they pick the right players. Like, I think if they go for someone like KL Rahul, I think like he's a good captain, and he's a really good opener as well. Yeah. And if you get a coach who can complement KL Rahul, then you don't really miss them too much.
Right. One thing I feel Delhi Capitals is now they've retained, and they've always been really good for the last few years, is an amazing spin combo. You have Akshar Patel and you have Kuldeep Yadav. I think that really you don't have to even think of it. 8 overs, that 8 overs can even win you matches. So that's it for Delhi Capitals. I think we'll move on to the Lucknow Super Giants, and which is again, as all of you know, that KL Rahul, which is expected. You kind of expected last year after the controversial fight between them. Now let's look at the retained players. You have Nicholas Puran at 21 crores. You have Ravi Bishnoi at 11 crores. Mayank Yadav at 11 crores. Mohsin Khan at 4 crores uncapped, and Ayush Badoni at 4 crores. I think this is a very expected retention and a very, very neat retention as well.
I don't know. I may say it's a bit controversial because I feel rather than having Ayush Badoni or Mohsin Khan, they could have gone for Krunal Pandya and Quinton de Kock.
Quinton de Kock, yes. I am not sure with Krunal Pandya, but
I'm a huge fan of Krunal Pandya. I think he gives a lot to the dressing room as a leader, and then he's also he's a mold of an all-rounder who can he's a moments player. Mm-hmm. And when he does it, he's more often than not going to win you the game. He's done it against CSK a lot. He's done it against other big games as well.
I mean, I really feel, I expect Ayush Badoni because I think Ayush Badoni really has done his job as a middle order finisher really well. Because I've even seen, there's a match against CSK, I think it got washed off. 2023 game, if you remember, that these guys were crumbling apart. I mean, CSK were all over them. They were like 50 for 5 or something like that. I think Ayush Badani came and really settled. Like, he played a very, 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 very mature innings and settled it. So I think Ayush Badani, apart from just, I think he's a very, he's only played for LSG, I think, right from 2022 he's with them. So do you think he can be that one player that they really groomed to be that star
He
LSG?
definitely has the potential. I think even in that I'm not sure which domestic league, some Delhi league or something. It's all like a TNPL in some state, whichever state he is from. I think he hit like 30 plus runs in an over or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Baloni has potential. And fun fact, he plays for the TNCL leagues in the higher divisions. I haven't seen him play, but he does play in the TNCL leagues as well. He definitely has the potential. And again, I'm not saying it's not a good pick. I'm just saying people like Dickok and Krunal Pandya are more integral. Yes, the future is important. You also have to look at the now.
Right.
And especially Dickok.
Your RTM for LSG, the player you want to get back from the release lot, and a new player.
I'll say Quinton Dickok RTM because again, keepers are pretty rare. You need good keeper. A set and forget keeper.
Yeah, and of course they have to crack their opening slot as well.
Yeah, so Quinton Dickok for sure. And then they should buy back, in my opinion, Stoinis for sure. And maybe Krunal Pandya if possible. But like these two as well. I think they have a good core.
And a new player they can target? One player.
I would say Bolt.
Bold.
More experience.
More than Stark.
Yeah, more experience. I think Miller is what's in light, but I think the shadow is more important here. Mohit Sharma is a way bigger miss than David Miller.
They have tried everything.
Yeah,
they have changed captains, they have changed logos, they have changed team names. They were Kings 11 Punjab at once.
He's the best player, in my opinion, in T20 for the last 4-5 years, period. Like,
not just T20. I mean, I think he's really, he can win you games, whatever format you're in.
No, actually, I'll give you a good shout for RTM. Arjun Tendulkar.
Of course.
Tala Darisana.
I've been waiting for this moment, for this 1 hour, just for this moment.
The fans should shut the hell up and like let those who are playing before Dhoni play. I went to a few matches last season and the year before that. They're booing Jadeja. I mean, Jadeja hit that 6 and won the 6 and 4 and won the game. And I saw all the CSK fans cheering. I called every single one of them out.